In homes and screens our lights unite, classrooms stretch beyond four walls. Through every challenge day and night, our faith and growth still calls. Parents guide with gentle hands, teachers walk each step inside, together building future lands where values never hide. Though paths may shift and seasons change, our hearts stay close, our goals arrange. A journey set by trust and care, a mission we all share. These are the bridges we create, from school to home, from heart to heart. Learning grows and values shape, in every role we play our part. Work in progress day by day, hand in hand we find our way.
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat.
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening sa inyong lahat.
Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat.
Ako nga pala si Jean Kenneth M. Ilagan.
Ako si Louis Benedict Ignacio.
I am Albert Alvin H. De Jesus.
This is Dr. Giselle Barion.
This is Telma Maranya.
This is Attorney Dwight Ramos.
I am Dr. Evelyn Songko and I am happy to be with you.
Ikinagagalak ko makasama kayo lahat sa isa na namang makabuluhang kwentuhan dito sa Bridges.
Excited naman ako sa introduction mo, Dr. Louie. And I'm really so excited to be here.
It's really my pleasure to be invited here because this is a very good platform po, not to be only bridging faith, hope, and love, but at the same time bridging the bond between the alumni and their alma mater.
Kaya tayo meron sa Pakusan as a culminating activity of our devotional practices to the Blessed Mother, because all devotion to the Blessed Mother should always lead to Jesus.
Ang mga popular na issues sa mga Pilipino, no? Yung mga may kinalaman sa sikmura, mga economic issues, trabaho, inflation. Pero kahit ganyan pa, makikita na ang mga Pilipino nagbibigay ng attention sa mga political issues gaya ng West Philippine Sea issue.
We need our future generations to meet their own needs without sacrificing also yung mga needs natin na nararanasan natin ngayon. So we need this clean air, malinis na hangin, malinis na tubig, yung lupa natin hindi pa poison, then okay pa yung mga karagatan natin, okay pa yung mga kabundukan natin.
O kaya naman dati maayos ang pagsasamahan ng mag-asawa, bigla na lang may nangyayari na hindi nila inaakala at yung kanilang family bond humihina. Pati yung relasyon nila sa Diyos biglang humihina.
I love you. I love Jesus, Holy Spirit, and Mama Mary. Thank you and God bless.
But it's not out there to, use taxpayers. Pag nalugi yung taxpayers, hindi mo babawasan yung pagbabayad ng tax.
First and foremost, we embrace change. We need to cultivate our passion for learning and to be flexible based sa Thomasian values ng commitment, competence, and compassion.
Go back to your core. When things are really, really tough, when you're going through transitions, when you're going through changes, go back to who you are as a person and as a leader. And at the same time, yung core values natin as Thomasians dati, perfect din parate as a guide for me. Always have to be competent, you always have to be committed, and more importantly, the compassion side of it is gonna be your edge in any kind of workplace that you're gonna be working.
Happy anniversary to Bridges! Here at Bridges, we build bridges of faith, bridges of hope, and bridges of love.
We start the month of June. This is the month for fathers. Let us celebrate the incredible journeys of fatherhood. A journey filled with love, challenges, growth, and unforgettable moments. In this particular episode, we shall explore a powerful and vital theme, yakap at gabay ni tatay. Behind every strong, resilient, and compassionate individual is a father who actually has contributed a lot as to shaping, supporting, and guiding the family through life's ups and downs. Fatherhood is more than just providing, say, food on the table at the end of the day, but it's about nurturing the hearts, guiding the minds, and creating a safe space where children can really thrive. It's about the everyday moments, the lessons, the discipline, the encouragement, and the unconditional love that leave a lasting imprint. Tonight, this afternoon, maybe good morning, and a day to all of us in the different parts of the world, we are privileged to hear from two extraordinary fathers who will share their personal stories of nurturing and guiding their children. This will be the stories of hope, stories of challenges and unwavering commitment. Their experience shed light on the profound impact fathers have on shaping the future, one relationship at a time. Again, once more, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you are in any corner of this world. And a special welcome to all the tatays, including, of course, all the fathers and the amas. This is your month to celebrate your fatherhood. So sit back and join us as we honor the vital roles of fathers play in nurturing not only the present, but the next generation. Before we proceed, I invite you to please subscribe to our Thamashan Alumni Community YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook at any of the following pages: the UST Alumni Association Incorporated, the UST AAI Bridges, and of course, Dr. Carl Ibalita's Facebook page. This episode is brought to you by the UST Alumni Association Incorporated. I am, of course, Dr. Evangeline Timbang, the president of the College of Education Alumni Association Incorporated. Welcome to Bridges. Without further ado, please allow me to introduce first Dr. Carlito Olaer, and our second, of course, Dr. Didoy Lobanton to our Bridges show. Una ko ipapakilala sa inyo na dakilang tatay ay si Dr. Carlito B. Olaer, also known as Dr. O. Okay? Dr. Carlito B. Olaer hails from Sultan Kudarat in Cotabato. At a very young age, he thought of serving God as a religious and decided to join the Order of the Preachers in 1980. Theology, he realized that he wanted to take a different road. His life's turnabout brought him to teach philosophy in Central Scholar University. And this means that he was able to teach theology and philosophy, finish his MA in theology at San Sebastian College. And of course, his PhD in educational management at the same university, Central Scholar University. Dr. O, or Mr. Carlito, or Dr. Carlito, enjoyed his professional career as campus minister of CEU, as head of theology department, and eventually as vice president for student affairs, a position he holds up to the present. As an expert in student affairs, he was elected as the president of the Philippine Association of Practitioners of Student Affairs and Services from 2016 to 2019, and eventually became the regional coordinator for Asia of the International Association of Student Affairs and Services, and a member of the task force for CHED's Office for Student Development and Services. As a student affairs specialist, Doc O contributed to the writing of the e-book on student affairs and services in higher education, global foundations, issues and best practices, published by IASAS in cooperation with, I hope I will pronounce it right, Deutsches Studentenwerk, DSW. Let's welcome Dr. Carlito B. Olair, a father of 3 boys. Dr. O, welcome to Bridges.
Hello, Ma'am Banji. Magandang hapon po sa inyo at sa lahat ng mga taga-subaybay ng Bridges. Thank you for having me here. I'm really glad to be here. And thanks also to Dr. E for
Yes,
my
of course.
mentor and advisor.
Oh, mentor and advisor niya pala si Dr. Songko. Okay. And of course, the other dakilang tatay with us this afternoon na maaaring kilala ng karamihan ay si Dr. Didoy Lubaton. Hello po, good afternoon, Dr. Didoy. Dr. Didoy Lubaton is a Thomasian nursing alumnus of the BS Nursing class of 2007 and a Thomasian doctor as well of class 2011. He's the proud husband of Mai, a father of Haeli, Hosea, and Heros. Wow, 3H po ito, doctor. He practices general medicine using a natural and holistic approach. Currently, he is the managing director of Nordic Medical Clinics of Manila and Cebu, serving holistic care for seafarers and maritime partners. He's also a motivational speaker, a Catholic lay preacher from the Feast, founded by, of course, Brother Bro Sanchez. He writes for Kerygma, the #1 Catholic inspirational magazine in the Philippines, and for the daily devotional Didache. Welcome to the Bridges, Dr. Didoy.
Maraming salamat po, Dr. Badji. Salamat po sa mga sumusubaybay, and it's a very good opportunity. Thank you. Salamat po. Looking forward to our discussion.
Yes. Oh my God, this is a special day because soon we'll celebrate the Father's Day. So, kamusta na po ang mga dakilang tatay? Kayo po ba ay masaya at tunay na masaya sa pagiging ama at haligi ng tahanan?
Masaya naman po. Kahit may problema, sige lang. Lalo na ngayong malalaki na mga bata, medyo madalang na magkita sa gabi na lang. Doon may mga trabaho na. But anyway, it's all for them. So.
Yes. Okay, how about Dr. Didoy?
Sa akin po na maliliit pang aking mga anak. Ganun din, masaya kahit mahirap. And it's always a joy to be a father, to be able to have this responsibility. Pwede namang hindi tayo bigyan ni Lord, pero binigyan tayo. So we receive it with joy. Salamat.
Mukhang siksik-liglig ang mga ligaya sa mga puso, no? Kahit malaki na mga anak o maliit na mga anak, ang importante, there's love and pure joy in the family. Can you share with us briefly about your family, your children in particular? Mukhang excited ang ating mga viewers makilala ang inyong mga anak. Sige po, si Dr. Carlito muna.
Sige po, maraming salamat po. Well, I've been married to Rose. Rose Adcheta, ayan. For 33 years na.
Wow.
Kasama po kami. And, siguro masasabi ko na Rose is my strength and my guide. No? And through all these years, siguro, because we've been together in raising 3 amazing boys. JC Jerome, the eldest, is turning 33 now. Joshua is 30 and JC is 27. So all of them are finished with their studies now. They're all working. So dito sa bahay, kaming dalawa na lang ni Rose, pero kasama pa rin namin sila dahil ayaw nila umalis sa bahay. Ayaw pa magsipag-asawa. Although may dala silang mga sarili nilang mga baby yan, si Gucci at saka si Primo, kami ang nag-aalaga ng kanilang.
Nako, Dr. O, huwag mo sabihin naman na yung mga alaga na yan ay yung mga apo ngayon. Dr. O, meron kang 3 J. Kasi si Dr. Didoy may 3 H.
Opo, natutuwa nga ako at nakita ko din yung simula ng pangalan ng mga anak ni Dr. Didoy, H. Sa akin naman, mga J. Biblical din yun eh.
Oo, mga biblical names, definitely. Yes, oo. Happily married. Wow, ang taga na po niyo nagsasama ni ma'am, no? Nakakatawa po. Talagang very clear po, very obvious na you're there to stay together because there's so much overflowing love in the relationship. Kaya ang mga bata din ay, ayan, accomplished na po, may mga trabaho na.
Opo.
Interesting. Okay. How about naman po si Dr. Didoy?
Thank you po, Dr. Vanji. Nakaka-inspire po si Dr. Cardito, no? 30 plus years. Kami po, mag-11 years pa lang married. Happy pa rin. It's a beautiful, hard, but beautiful and fruitful marriage. We have 3 beautiful children blessed by the Lord. Si Hannah Elisha Haley, at turning 8 this year. Si Hosea Elijah Hosea, we call him 6 years old this year. And then we have a 10-week-old son, si Harold Ezra. Ayan po ang latest picture ng Saturday, kakabinyag pa lang yan.
Wow!
And
congratulations!
We are in that season. Salamat po. We are in the starting family season at nagsisimula pa lang yung mga bata na going into school. So we are blessed to have this community of families as well around us that inspire us and helps us. And it's a beautiful, hard, but fruitful journey.
Ayan, nakatuwa ang mga profile ng ating mga speakers, no? Yung mga kids in particular, yung mga nag-start pa lang kasi kabibinyag pa lang ni Bunso. At yun namang may mga alaga na kasi mga accomplished na, may mga trabaho na. So ang gandang makita yung both sides, no? Makita natin yung mga henerasyon din nila. So with this, maybe it's time to go back when you were just starting to become a father. Yan, yung pagiging tatay. So, pwede niyo po ba i-describe kung ano po yung naramdaman niyo nung malaman niyo na ito na isa sa mga pinangarap ko o napagkinipan ko ba ito or what? So, how and what did you feel during the first time you became a father? Meron po bang naging meaning, nagdagdag ba ng meaning o hulugan yung experience na ito sa inyong personal life? Ayan, sige po. So, Dr. Ditoy po.
Ang una ko pong naramdaman ay panghabang buhay na to. Hindi mo na mare-reverse.
Wala nang balikan.
Opo, wala na eh. Andiyan na yan. So, hindi mo yan, so panghabang buhay na commitment at blessing yan. Tapos pangalawa, na-realize ko dyan ay it comes with a lot of responsibility.
Yes.
You know, how are you gonna raise this child? And most especially, no, nagkaroon ako ng renewed appreciation sa mga tatay. Naalala ko yung tatay ko, and I look at God the Father, at yung mga tito, at yung mga iba kong kilalang tatay. Ganun pala to. I cannot explain it, but I have a better understanding na ganun. So, yun.
Ayun. So now you realize you belong now to the circle of responsible fathers na ganun pa ang maging ama kapag lalo na yung lumabas na yung unang anak. So na-feel nyo na yung sense of responsibility, no? Sabi nyo nga, no turning around or back to whatever. So ito na yung umpisa at simula ng bagong journey. Yan. Ay,
tama po. Ang na-feel ko lang po, Doc Ranji, is parang ang taas ng tiwala ni Lord sa akin, ibigay sa akin. Ngayon, may pangatlo na po.
That's great. I mean, kaagad na nirelate nyo yung buhay nyo sa Panginoon at sinabi nyo kaagad na yung pagtitiwala na pwede pala kayo maging ama at kaya nyo pala maging ama dahil may trust kaagad ang Diyos sa inyo. Naku, ito ay naku, Doktor. Ito, tinan nyo, ang isang ama na bagong nag-aama kasi maliit pa mga anak. Paano naman kaya si Dr. O na accomplish ng mga anak? Ano naman kayong unang naging feeling niya nung siya naging unang maging father?
Konting background lang siguro. Because I stayed in the convent for almost 10 years. Okay. So parang wala talaga sa isip ko noon yung mag-asawa. But when I left the convent and then after two years, then decided to get married. Akala ko noong una, parusahan kaya ako ng Diyos. Kasi umalis ako. Parang ganun yung aking kaba noon. Naisip ko, Lord, ano mangyayari sa akin? Kasi nga, sunod-sunod yung mga plano na aalis ako, mag-abroad, hindi natuloy. So I stayed in the country and joined CEU, my first job talaga hanggang ngayon. So when I was already teaching and I decided to get married na, andun yung kaba, ano kaya magiging sa akin ang Panginoon? So nung nag-asawa ko at nagkaanak ako, lalo kay Jerome nung una, kahit kay Joss at saka kay JC, I always treated them as, or considered them as blessings of God. Talagang gift talaga sila. Of course, Rose, and the kids. Sabi ko, Lord, wala akong masabi, kundi salamat talaga. And doon ko talaga siya napatunayan na despite your shortcomings and misgivings siguro, God would not look at that. I mean, kaya ako nangako talaga na, Lord, gagawin ko lahat para maibigay ko sa kanila yung dapat kong ibigay at mapaayos ang kanilang mga bukas, ang mga buhay nila. So together with Rose, talagang namin, itinaguyod talaga namin na tulong-tulong kaming dalawa. Ako nagtatrabaho, Rose decided to stay home and take care of everything, pati pagpapatay na bay siya, ikaw na magbantay dyan, sige magtrabaho na ako. Lahat yun, and all of this, I think, with Jerome, at first, talagang it was life-changing. Sabi ko, although wala nga tayo, wala tayong tinatawag na school of fatherhood, parang walang gano'n, parang nauna yung test nandyan na, tapos ang lessons, pagkatapos na lang, paano ba to? But together, with Rose, and of course, my friends, parents, and all, naging maayos ang lahat at thank you, Lord.
Okay.
Maraming salamat po talaga sa blessings.
Dr. O, nung nagsisimula kang mag-sharing, parang nakakagulat yung una mong statement na hindi mo alam kung ito ba ay parusa ng Diyos sa iyo. Kasi nga, you left, no? You left the...
Yeah, I left.
But then you're not quite sure yet of what will be your destiny. But then when you became the father of Jerome for yung first anak po ninyo, things change. It's an acceptance of a responsibility and it's a blessing. Ayan. Naku, sana lahat naman ng mga fathers, ganito naman ang tingin sa mga nagiging anak. Blessing talaga. Unfortunately, yung iba kasi hindi ganyan ang tingin. So, well, your family in particular, and you're giving the best example to all families, to all fathers now na every child is a blessing, di ba? Yung mga tanong na, kaya ko ba to? Ibinigay ng Diyos to? Siguro kakayanin ko. Siguro nagtatras ang Diyos sa akin kasi ibinigyan ako ng responsibilidad. So you see, nakakatuwa, no? So yung pagiging ama, in partnership, of course, with a very loving and responsible wife at the same time, naging isang reason para magkaroon kayo ng lakas ng loob at continuous faith na kakayanin yung responsibility. Because with all the love, no, from the Lord and within the family and the couple and the kids, what else can you ask for? Hindi po ba lahat naman ay binibigay ng Diyos pag tayo nagdadasal? Nakakatuwa. Now, we mentioned about nurturing. Ayan, nurturing, no? And when you say nurturing, you are the main nurturer in the family as the father. And the main reason that they will grow at their best kasi merong tama, no, wastong paggabay, guidance. Okay? So with your role, paano natin dinidefine yung pagiging ama nyo as someone who is taking care of them, nurturing them and guiding them? So sa sarili yung definition ngayon bilang ama, what's your definition as a nurturer and a guide to your children? Yes, siguro si Dr. O ulit.
Yeah, kasi kanina nabanggit yung provider. But more than that, siguro sinasabi yung nurturing and guide. Ako talaga nung una, I have to be a good provider first. Sabi ko, kailangan magtrabaho ako. Otherwise, I would not be able to give a nurturing, yung bang something that would help really my kids. Kung nandiyan ka nga, tapos nasa bahay ka lang, parang kulang. So I really have to work hard harder. So habang nagtuturo ako noon, nag-aaral ako para sa aking master's and doctoral, para lang tumaas ang sweldo, para may maibigay ako. I can provide. And then I think hanggang ngayon, blessings pa din ng Panginoon na ako ay may posisyon sa universidad. And the students, kasi advisor po ako ng student government, I talk to students, lahat ng karanasang ito, sa nakita ko, I relay that sa buhay ko bilang ama at bilang asawa. Ang masasabi ko siguro, being present sa kanila. Pag mayroon silang lalapitan, may malalapitan sila anytime na may problema sa school. Anong problema sa school? I am falling in love. Paano ka? Nandun ka. No? I mean, I could share with them a piece of my mind, a piece of my heart, because I went through the same. Yun lang siguro ikinaganda kasi nasa bahay din ako. Hindi ako umalis ng bansa. And I really pray na sana din ang buong pamilya, kahit magkalayo, sana nandun pa rin yung presence. Kasi yun ang isa sa mga bagay na hindi magkakaroon ng gap ang mga bata. Kapag meron silang itatanong lalo na sa ama nila, iba kasi sa tingin ko, iba yung advice ng nanay sa advice ng tatay. Ako, sinasabi ko sa kanila, kahit anong gusto nyo, sige gawin nyo, susuporta ako. At minsan sinasabi ko, paalam mo kay sa mama nyo, pag mayo siya, saka ko magsasabi sa kanya kung ano yung nasa isip ko. Basta nanay muna. Parang gano'n na set up. So, I think, hindi ako sa tingin ko, I hope they would be convinced sila ang magsasabi kung nagkulang ako sa paggabay sa kanila o kulang ba yung kung may mga tanong sila at hindi ko nasagot. Ang maganda lang siguro kasi medyo may matatanda na rin sila ngayon. So medyo nagbibiroan na lang kami ngayon Para sinasabi, Papa, alam mo, nung maliit kami, pinalo nyo kami. Talaga? Saan ko kayo pinalo? Sa kamay. I mean, nagiging biruan na ang mga bagay-bagay kasi naintindihan nila kung paano namin sila pinalaki. Nandun kami palagi sa lahat ng stages ng buhay nila. At sa tingin ko, yung saya ko ngayon, yung satisfaction ko ngayon siguro, dahil na rin sa kung paano sila lumaki at paano sila naging maayos sa buhay nila, hindi sila nagpabaya. Parang yun yung yung parang, I think I was doing the right thing and I'm doing the right thing kasi andyan sila, Kailan minsan sasabihin lang, kasi ako nagsasabi ako, anak, ito ang sweldo ko, may dagdag, may bonus. Sasabihin nila, sana all. Sabi ko, mararating mo rin yan, anak. Magsikap ka lang. At nandun naman na kayo. Yung mga ganun ba na piece of advice na kahit ordinaryong usapan lang, but may pahaging na kaya mo yan, anak. Mararating mo din yan.
Yes.
Yes.
Ako, ang ganda ng sharing ni Dr. O, Dr. Carlito kasi you have all the time. I mean, you were always there for them. Hindi nawawala yung pagkakataon na pag kailangan nila kayo, ayan, tatawag. Siguro nagte-text, ayan. Or nagkakaroon kayo ng parang family meeting sa gabi or one by one or one-on-one. And you're always there. Yun na maganda. Plus, may bonus pa sila. Ang father nila ay head sa school on student group. So, yung training sa bahay at yung trabaho ni father, ni Dr. O sa school, ay nagkakataon na pareho, it's all about guidance.
Yes,
yan. So napaka-blessed ng mga batang to na ang kanilang father ay every day of his life, in and out of the house, it's all about guidance and nurturing, no? Ang nade-develop niya sa mga kabataan. Nakakatuwa. Pero hindi na-exempt sila sa mga palo. Talagang meron ding moments na napalo, hindi rin mapigil yun. Siyempre, part ng Filipino way of disciplining yung palo. Pero yung palo, sa kamay lang, mabuti hindi yung mga latigo ang dala nyo, ha? Palo lang sa kamay.
Sinturo nila. Ayan.
Gumamit din kayo ng sinturon.
Ayan.
Okay.
Madilikot sila when they were younger kasi all boys.
Yeah,
So,
kasi nga all boys.
yeah.
Mahirap ang all boys, ha?
Nag-aaway sila.
Yes.
Kailangan isang salita lang. Oh, mag-aaway kayo? Sige, mag-aaway kayo.
Ayun na, yun na. Yun na nakatakot. Kaiba naman si Dr. Didoy kasi yung mga anak naman niya, maliliit pa. Siyempre may kakulitan pa yan, may kaingayan pa yan, madali pang umiyak-iyak pa yung mga batang yan. So, in your case naman, Dr. Didoy, no? Kasi nasa formative years pa ang mga bata, how do you adapt your nurturing and guidance as they grow and face new challenges?
Thank you, Tita Vanji. Doc, what I recognize also, the question was, how do you nurture? No? In our season, I see the value and I recognize our season. The main nurturer is the mother. I cannot take care of a 10-week-old son. Hahanapin lang niya yung breastfeeding. Wala akong dede, if I can say it bluntly. So the best way I can nurture my 10-week-old son is to take care of the mother. And I think that is also in every season. When the children sees that and the mother is happy, the children is going to be also be influenced by the mother in that season. In terms of psychology, it's also going to take effect that the mother is in that good, not just mood, but in a good, how do I say, countenance, lalim na word. Pero in my role as a father, yes, it was a provider is very obvious. I have a few things. Number one, this is what I recognize. Not just I did not figure this out. I'm around and I'm surrounded. I surrounded myself. I'm blessed to have around good fathers, images of fathers around me. No, and what I saw, which I'm trying to practice, is una, as a father, we have to set a good foundation.
Yeah.
And the foundation is coming from values system.
Yes.
Meron po talaga kaming nakalista. Nag-usap kami ng asawa ko. Now we have children growing up. Ano ang value system namin? Number one, malasakit or care. Number two, excellence. In everything that we do it for the Lord. Let's do it excellently. Number three, let's practice humility. We can make mistakes. We can say sorry. Number four, generosity. You have to be generous. And number five, fun. So very clear yan sa amin. So in every decision, in every way we do things with children, para it's not about us, and that foundation of core values of the family is gonna be helpful for them. Para yun yung maging way of life nila. Because I'm not gonna be there with them at school or when they grow up, but once they carry the foundation of that values, I'm gonna be doing my job. Secondly, faith. I'm introducing them to the Heavenly Father, to Jesus, to the faith, to the Catholic Church, and I think raising children, especially at this point, and I think in every season, it takes a village to raise a child and children, and to keep marriages, to have a family life. It takes a community. So, and that faith-based community influences and strengthens your values, and you're surrounded with good people because we will make mistakes. We will have vulnerable times. So, kailangan faith, and the faith community is very good. So, foundation, faith. Lastly, especially in my season with young children, fun. Kay mommy magsisik ng comfort at lambing. Sa akin, it has to be fun. Playtime talaga. At least 30 minutes of playtime every day. I think that is a psychological requirement. But also, I think that it shows to them that, a father is fun. And gusto ko yun na matandaan nilang image. When they remember me, it's fun to be with daddy. And it's fun to have a set of value. Faith is fun. Church is fun. So, that's what I'm trying to work on this season. Foundations of values, faith, and fun. Yun po.
Wow, interesting naman, no? para magpinsan din yung mga sharing ninyo ni Dr. Och at ni Dr. Didoy. Parang magkamag-anak, no? So, kay Dr. Didoy naman, yung ano yung VFF. Yan, VFF. Ano yung VFF na generate ko sa inyong sharing? VFF, values. Oh, di ba? Ano yung FF pa? Faith at saka fun. Oo nga naman. Totoo naman yun, no? We should have a set of values. Parang iset muna ang foundation. Parang bahay, kailangan matibay ang pundasyon para kahit anong bagyo ang dumating, hindi basta magbibigay o mabubuwal o babagsak ang bahay. Tama po yun. And because we are Christians, we are Catholics, we believe in God, kailangan talaga yung pundasyon na yun, no? Ayan. At di pwedeng mawala ang fun sa bawat Filipino family. Kailangan mo tumawa at mag-enjoy. Doon tayo kilala no? That whatever we have in our life, we can still have pure laughter and joy, no? And happiness. Yan. Hindi naman lahat talaga puro problema lang. Ay nako, sana lahat ng father nanonood, nakikinig ngayon para matutunan nila talaga yung mga sinashare sa atin ni Father O at ni Dr. O. Naku, Father O tuloy na atawag ko. Ni Dr. O at ni Dr. Didoy, no? Okay. So, ay, naku, after that, definitely, meron hindi kayo makakalimutan ng mga challenging experience. Kahit isa lang, no? As a father, a nurturing father, how did you overcome this very challenging experience? So, definitely lahat ng ama dadaan dyan. Maring naiyak, maring nagalit, maring nagulat, hindi na-expect na mangyayari to, na parang na-challenge kayo ngayon bilang isang ama, no? Bilang isang provider, isang nurturer. So what is this and how did you overcome this? Yan. Sige, any one of you po can start.
Siguro ako muna, Sir Father Didoy.
Go, Doc.
I will admit na although my wife would not be out, siguro hindi alam ng asawa ko, umiiyak din ako.
Oh.
Pag nagdadasal ako, maganda sa bahay kasi meron kami chapel, meron kaming prayer room. Opo. Hindi nila alam siguro umiiyak ako pag may problema sila, lalo na nung yung panganay ko nagkasakit ng dengue. Almost, sabi kami ng doktor na kung hindi talaga mahanap yung gamot, talagang it would be the end. Ang dami kong pangako sa Diyos. Lord, hindi ko na siya pagagalitan. He was 5 years old at that time, ha? Jerome was 5 years old. Hindi ko na siya pagagalitan. Hindi ko na siya sasaktan. Sige, hindi ko na siya pagsasay ko ano-ano. Ngayon, 33 years old na siya. Sabi ko, Lord, sorry, napagalitan ko na naman siya. I mean, the kids have different, they had different experiences. And ang maganda lang siguro kasi, yung tama yung sabi ni Father, ni Dr. Didoy, kasi ako din po ay naging theology department head na, naging campus minister, na ang mga bata sa paglaki nila, alam nila, kahit kasi teacher din ako at the same time, sometimes, kahit ngayon nung nag-college sila, kasi sa CU din sila nag-aral. So they saw how I treated the students, the policies that I implement in the school. Alam nila yon. They have to follow. Alam din nila yon. Kaya nakikita lang how students would react sa mga policies. Kaya pagkahaliba, yung mga challenge sa akin, estudyante sila, yung teacher ang tumatawag. Sir, yung anak mo hindi nagsubmit ang assignment. So ako naman, the father, I talk to the teacher. And then I tell my kids, oh, hindi ka na nag-submit. Bakit? I mean, I have to confront them. Yung mga ganon. So ito mga dumadaan lang siguro. Pero yung mga challenging na ako I pray na sana kung ano man yung mga pagsubok na ibibigay sa amin bilang pamilya, sana makayanan natin. And I think it's more of the prayer and the love that you have for one another. Mga yung tumasan, commitment natin, saka loyalty natin sa bawat isa. Na whatever happens, you just have to be ready and just offer everything to the Lord. And I'm sure, uh, yung dati na paparusahan ako, this time around, it's no longer like that. I could say that even in pains, in hurts, mga hurtings ko, when I see my family, my friends, yung mga estudyanteng naging ninong ako sa mga kasal nila, sa mga anak nila, everything is a blessing. And I could not ask for. I could not ask. So what I do, Lord, I give my best. Yun lang siguro. So, yung mga challenges, parang, although sabi mo, si Dr. Dide, medyo bata pa ang mga anak niya, no? Kaya yan. Ang panahon, mabilis lang. Mabilis lang po talaga. Ilang tulog lang yan. Magka-college na yan. Maya sasabihin na siya, Dad, mag-asawa na ako. O Dad, maghihiwalay na ako, magdo-dorm na ako. I mean, these kinds of experiences na you have to put yourself at a distance and say, oh, bakit nangyayari ito ngayon sa kaya mo ba to? O normal ito sa buhay pamilya. And you have to be ready. Whatever happens, nandyan lang siya. At gagabayan ka, basta andyan ka lang din sa kanya. Hindi kanya talaga papabayaan.
Naku, nagulat ako doon na, Dr. nagulat ako na ni-reveal mo talaga na you are just like any other human being who also is hurt once in a while and cry also, just like anyone else, di ba? Talagang at sa oras na ikaw naiiyak, ay sinusuko mo talaga sa Diyos na ibinibigay mo na lahat na nagawa mo, seeking for help. Oh my God, that's how it is to be a father. Sana naintindihan ng mga anak natin, no? Yung ating mga pinagdadaanan bilang magulang. Yan. So, how about Dr. Didoy? Yes. Maybe you can also share something to us.
Thank you po. Nasa season po kami ng planting, no? I'm so happy for Dr. O kasi harvesting na yan.
Yes.
Wala na masyadong mga OPEX yan. Wala na masyadong iniisip. Parang ang sarap parating din tayo dyan. But as Dr. O said, it will just gonna go fast. So the challenge for me is in this season, I have to be present in many things. At business, work, and then I have to be with community, and then I have to build a career, I have to find money, etc. Everybody will get your attention. May social media pa, ganyan. So that's the challenge, no? As in, it's hard to be really present because I have to be everywhere and every serving many people and everyone. No? I think what really helps me is when you're there, you're supposed to be there. You have to be present. Tama pa yung sabi ni Dr. A, kailangan present kaya bibitawan ko yung telepono, which is a struggle. And when protected time for the children, when it's playtime, just 30 minutes. Hindi mo na kailangan i-timer yan. Malalaman mo kung naka-boundary ka na sa kanila o hindi. Yung ganon. And really, for example, next week, it's mid-year already. By the way, June na. Bilis, di ba? Kalahati na ng taon. And we always have a structured mid-year and a start of the year out-of-town family vacation. Kasi charging time yan. So we put it in a structured and put it in the calendar and really make memories. I think what really helps is really make memories. Find many ways to make memories so that's what they're gonna keep. Happier memories instead of memories na wala ako sa bahay. Memories. So I try to show up as much as I can in their milestones at school. Lalo na pag may yung anak ko may taekwondo pa siya, my other daughter, my daughter has piano class, and then it's not work-life balance. I cannot subscribe to work-life balance kasi hindi mo talaga mababalance. In my opinion, it's work-life harmony. When I have to be at work, then I have to be at work. But when I am at home and I am on vacation, then I am at home and I am on vacation. I am available for them and try to show up, especially when it matters most. Sana yun ang matandaan din po nila.
Yes, okay. So yung sharing ni Dr. Didoy at saka ni Dr. O reminds every father that you are a farmer. Di ba? Yung nagtatanim ka, inaalagaan mo yung tanim mo hanggang sa i-harvest mo. So what you plant, whatever care you provide and love is what you reap, di ba? And with all, of course, the blessings of the Lord. Nakakatuwa, no? Naku, again, I would always repeat, sana lahat ng tatay, katulad ni Dr. Didoy at ni Dr. O, nandun yung value sa kanila talaga, no? Now, at this point, makakaiba yung anak nyo, no? Mga ano na, mga nakagraduate na, ito naman nagsisimula pa lang. However, nabanggit ni Dr. Dido yung ang hirap magbalanse ng work-life balance, sabi natin. However, meron tayong pinag-uusapang emotional support. Ayan. So, paano naman natin na ibabalanse ang pagbibigay ng emotional support? Kasi siyempre, ang growth ng mga bata, hindi lang physical, hindi lang, it's just not enough that you give them food or baon every day, but the emotional feed that you provide them, especially if they are growing up. Ayan, yung nakakaintindi na, nakakabasa na, no? At lalo na yung mga graduate na. So, with your intention to also set boundaries. Ayan, can you cite an experience with us on this matter? Siguro si Dr. O naman mag-start.
Yeah, siguro I'd like to speak for the kids. Do ngayong nagtatrabaho na rin sila. I'm always there. Rose and I, kahit may mga trabaho na sila, dito sila sa bahay. Hanggat maaari, kasi kanya-kanya kasi na ng problema yung mga yan sa trabaho. Like halimbawa, yung panganay may trabaho, yung pangalawa walang trabaho, yung bunso nagsisimula pa lang. Kanya-kanya diyan sila ng mga adjustments sa trabaho nila. So, I have to be there to support kung sino yung walang trabaho. Anak, yun ang kinakausap ko. Anak, wag kang masyadong mag-feel, parang wag kang ma-depress. Your kuya went through the same, nagsimula din siya. Ganun lang yan, anak. At basta nandun lang yung support mo, diyan ka lang, they would understand. Minsan yung, halimbawa, ang kuya hindi nag-misbehave. Alam nung dalawa. Then I talk to them. Anak, dinadaanan ng kuya nyo to ngayon. Huwag kayong magtampo. Okay lang siguro, sige, magtampo kayo. Pero tatay ako.
No.
I cannot say no. I cannot stop loving your kuya kahit ganyan siya. So, suporta sa bawat isa, silang tatlo, as di na masyadong malayo agwat nila. Alam nila ang problema ng isa't isa. Alam nila kung paano ko sila ititreat. Kahit ang mama nila, sabihin nila, Papa, bakit ganun si mama? You have to understand mama from her point of view. Kasi nanay siya. Kaya ang sabi ko kanina, kapag kayo may desisyong gagawin, paalam kayo sa mama ninyo. Sa kanya muna. Kung anong sagot niya, sabihin sa'yo kung anong sagot. Tapos doon ako magsasabi, bakit hindi pumayag ang mama niyo? Siguro dahil ganito yan. And then kung sabihin ko na may punto naman sila, I'll talk to Rose. Bakit ganun ang desisyon mo? Ano dahilan? Kasi baka pwede na, we can let go of them. Sige na, kung gusto na nila. Magtatanda na yan. I mean, we talk. So, hindi ayaw namin na makita ng isa tahimik lang. We ask, anak, ba't hindi ka nagkikibo ngayon? O ba't nasa kwarto ka lang? May problema ba? I mean, kailangan pansinin mo eh. Alam nila, kahit kami, halimbawa sasabihin ng bata, ba't hindi ka nag-uusap ni mama? Siguro may tampuhan kayo, no? Alam nyo na yun. I mean, we are trying to be open to them. Kasi, yun din lang ang maging paraan para maging open din sila sa amin.
Correct.
So, sa awa ng Diyos, sa blessings ng Diyos, siguro, hindi kami nagkaroon ng, sa ngayon, masasabi ko na, kung may problema ang isa, parang hindi mahirap magsabi. Kung ano man yung nararamdaman, hindi mahirap sabihin kasi naging bukas din kami sa bawat
Very open, yes.
Yes. Yun lang siguro ang isa sa mga bagay. Tama nga na kung nandun ka, nakikita mo sila, mapapansin mo eh.